right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode number 1277. That's right, episode number 1277 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live today from Red Morton Park. Today, I have another special topic here, primarily for people that have been supporting us for a while and know a bit of the backstory regarding what's been going on. My lovely lady Dawn is here first, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Dawn, hello there, babe. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? Is it all good? Today I'm going to be discussing the defendant cares more about YouTube optics than the court case. The court case where I've sued him civilly. The lady says one. Today's topic is the defendant cares more about YouTube optics than the court case. Again, the court case where I've sued him for 4 causes of action: malicious prosecution and abuse of process are the first 2, stemming from a case he filed on me trying to get a stalking order on me during the middle of last year. I've never stalked or harassed anyone. That's why I've partially sued him for malicious prosecution and abuse of process regarding how he handled the process server footage and commercially exploited it, coordinating with the process server on a live stream. He brought him on. They played the entire audio and video of the service, which is not the reason why process servers record service. They record it to, number 1, protect themselves, and number 2, show proof of service to their client. Service of process videos are to not be commercially exploited on YouTube. Anyway, I've also sued him for defamation of character, libel and slander, and also intentional infliction of emotional distress, which in short form is known as IIED. Anyway, I hope you've all had a wonderful day. We are 29 days away from the second hearing of my circuit civil case against this defendant. On YouTube, he is known. Right, we are back live. We are back live. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly. I lost reception. It buffered for a second. There are a lot of people at the park. And when that happens, thank you, babe. When that happens, were you not able to hear me for about 30 seconds or 45 seconds? When there are a lot of people here, the bandwidth is more limited. And then it buffers, and then for some reason it cuts the audio off unless you shut down the app and then resume. And this is going to be a chore today because Little League practice is back and people are pulling in and out. Okay. Oh, man. All right. So everything is good, right? And when the sun is really bright, it is harder to see the screen. That's the one aspect I don't like about bright sun, but it is what it is. Let me see. Let me see if I can come underneath. Let me see if I can come underneath some shade here. And if I can see this. Just went to being offline. Okay. All right. So it went offline. And then when it actually stopped buffering, it kept me offline, even though it showed I was online on my end. Yeah, that's a problem with the YouTube app. Fortunately, I know how to reset it, and most of the time it'll allow me to resume once I relaunch. It gives you the option, so it's all good. Hopefully, we won't have any cutouts for the rest of the show. But yeah, so we are 29 days away from the major dispositive hearing, the motion to dismiss / anti-SLAPP hearing. This case was filed, I believe it was a little over 6 months ago. We've had one hearing before that regarding the defendant accusing me of spoliation of evidence, and his motion was denied. And he was also trying to say there was adverse inference. All of that was denied at the last hearing last month in February. And I've got to say, I've been doing a lot of soul searching because I've been dealing with this character, Jamie, on YouTube for over 8 years. And I'm not the only one he commercially exploits. He's done that to many people. He's just focused on me most of the time because his audience wants my content. When he or anyone else in his network restreams me, the defendant, along with many other third parties in his group, have rebroadcasted, I'd probably say, well over 500 or 600 at least of my live streams as they've been happening live, maybe more. It's been severe commercial exploitation, severe copyright infringement. It has tremendously affected my growth on this platform. And then he and his people like to spin it as, well, people would rather pay us to restream your content because your content on its own sucks. Well, that's your opinion. The people over there, if you were not rebroadcasting me, would be watching me even though they're blocked. And my content is my content. Now, the defendant is currently live right now, talking about me again, trying to commercially exploit me again. He knows that's what his audience primarily wants and would prefer to give his audience what they want instead of doing the right thing during active litigation, which is why I titled the stream, "The Defendant Cares More About YouTube Optics Than the Court Case." Man, it's just very noisy and crowded at the park today. I cannot see the screen. Hey, ODN, how are you doing? How's it going, broski? So I've come to a conclusion, and ODN went live earlier today and mentioned something regarding this. And he's right, and I've agreed with it all along, that without a court order, Jamie will never, ever stop commercially exploiting me, violating my copyright, and weaponizing third parties like Mr. Bill, who would normally be restreaming me on a night like tonight. But because the defendant, Jamie, is live, Bill is not going to be restreaming me. At least I'm assuming he's not. And if he is, maybe he's trying to prove a point. Maybe he's trying to show that, oh, yeah, I'm truly independent from Jamie, right? Oh, man. We've got lots of equipment in the background. It's just, I really got to get out to the trail more. It's more peaceful and better for these walks, you know. So yeah, he's just not going to stop until a court order stops him. And my whole thing regarding this is that he tries to come off like he's a good person and he doesn't harm anyone. And he knows he's harming me. He knows he's absolutely harming me. He's harming, you know, my algorithmic reach on YouTube. He knows the videos he's made on me in the past and things he still currently does in the present affect my growth. I firmly believe, in my opinion, that he is intentionally trying to prevent my growth, because the moment that we grow past his group, he will not be able to commercially exploit me anymore. Right? But here's the saddest thing of all. The saddest thing of all is the fact that he has more control over this than he's willing to admit. He could easily stop commercially exploiting me. He could easily tell other people in his group, whether he considers them independent or not, they're all friends, they're all from the same ecosystem, they all have the same audience, right? He could easily tell Bill to stop restreaming me. He could tell other people, like a woman named Tammy, to stop restreaming me. He could tell all these people to stop. I'm in active litigation. And it's not a good look for us to be doing this right now. But instead of doing that, instead of trying to be a law-abiding citizen, right, he continues to violate me in unlawful ways. And commercial exploitation is an unlawful way. It's a civil tort. Copyright infringement is violating me lawfully in that way. There are many ways that the defendant, between himself and through many third parties, past and present, has violated me in unlawful ways. And now he's in court in a major circuit civil case. And again, instead of, doing the mature thing and backing off, he doubles, triples, and quadruples down, because his ego won't allow him to just do the right thing. He cares more about his ego. He cares more about his pocketbook. He cares more about YouTube optics than doing the right thing especially during active litigation, right? Now, I want to mention something else here that is very important. And I haven't said this before, but I'm going to say it today. You see, whether I've been blaming the audience that supports the defendant, Jamie, or not, maybe at times I have, maybe other times I haven't, right? It's not their fault. They're just showing up to whatever content he or someone else or another creator is creating, or a live stream they may be doing throughout the defendant's ecosystem. So I really can't blame the audience. Do I think it's bizarre that they show up to things like this, especially since they've been played out for many, many years? It's the same old thing, and they keep coming, and anytime the defendant talks about me, even if he just says my name, people show up and they donate money to him. And then these people donate money to him because they think it upsets me. It's like they do it for the wrong reason, right? But it's not the audience's fault. The audience is going to go wherever they're going to go, right? This is 100% Jamie that's been living and dying my name and likeness for years and still cannot let it go. And tries to, every time I defend myself, every time I say something that makes perfect sense, every time I say something reasonable, right? He always flips it and spins it into a way that reacts his audience and then tries to find a reason to go live and talk about something and try to make it come up like it's something new. But there's nothing new, Jamie. There's nothing new at all. Absolutely nothing new. And here's the thing to Jamie and his audience and everyone else. If you haven't noticed, people are tired. People are tired of the Eli thing within Jamie's ecosystem. Now, there are always going to be a few diehards. There's maybe 20 or 30 or 40 diehards, right? But wow, I am blocked in every single way. Yeah, people blocking the sidewalk. They couldn't move off to this side, but it's okay. There are always going to be a few diehards, right? There are always going to be a few diehards, but the numbers have gone way down, and people are actually tired of it. And I think Jamie knows it, and I think exactly what you said earlier, ODN, that he's going to try to continue exploiting me as much as possible until the court intervenes and orders him to stop. He knows the system. He plays the system. Jamie is one of the biggest system players I've ever seen. He knows how to ride lines. He knows when he can cross lines and when not to. He knows what the system will punish him on and what it won't. And someone that lives their life in ways of playing the system there's no amount of logic or reasoning that's going to change their mind. They've already made up their mind regarding how they're going to live their life and how they're going to treat every person that they come across. And it goes the same for people that are a part of its community. If you people think that Jamie won't flip on you if you don't continue supporting him in exactly the ways that he wants you to support him, not the way you want to support him, if you don't do exactly as you're told, whether you're a creator in Jamie's community or you're a spectator, you will be shunned, you will be made fun of and ridiculed and insulted publicly, possibly even defamed, like he's done me. He will make your life miserable, like he's done with me for years, and he's done with many other people. That's what he does. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can still hear me and see me clearly. I want to make sure that we're going through clearly. Thank you, Tia. Appreciate it. Hope your day is going well, Tia, ODM, my lovely lady Dawn, and everyone else. All right. Last night, respectfully, maturely, impressionably, Dawn says 1. Oh, you went to the corner market, ODN? Welcome back, man. No worries. Oh, let me show you, folks. They're bringing back the Redwood City Parkade, the arcade in the park. Oh, it's going to be at Courthouse Square. It used to be out here. You know, they're moving a lot of stuff out of the park and downtown. Why? Because they want people to spend money where all the major shops are at, right? This parkade used to be here. The Zoppi Family Circus used to be right here. They moved it downtown by the library. Now, last night, I did a stream, and Bill was restreaming me. I'm assuming ODN, Dawn, Tia, that Bill is not restreaming me right now. Can one of you verify that? Because the defendant, Jamie, is live, and he is talking about me. And he tried to amp it up like it's going to be some fun stream or something. But, I mean, like, there really is nothing new. What's he going to do? Play clips of our podcast? We did a podcast on dogs are very therapeutic in relationships. No, he's not going to go live when Jamie's live, ODN. You know, Jamie's very strict regarding that. And when I asked Bill, I don't know if you heard Bill's stream last night, the replay's on Rumble. I downloaded it. I ran it through my transcript program, but I heard it too. I hear it because it's very telling. All right. I asked him if Jamie asked you to stop restreaming me, would you? He goes, no. And then I asked him again. He goes, I would have to talk with him about that. Right. Here's the thing, Bill, Jamie, everyone else that's been commercially exploiting me on behalf of Jamie's group. You guys can't even keep your story straight. You guys can't even keep your story straight. And that's exactly how we're going to play it from here on out. Every time there's a restream, we're just going to force the restreamers to answer questions they don't want to. And if you can't answer them, you're going to look really bad in front of your own audience, which some of them probably know that you're wrong and I'm right, but they still don't care. They still want to support you because they support drama in general, right? Right? So, once again, last night, I asked many questions, legitimate questions, that Bill had a hard time answering because Bill knows that Jamie's in control. Bill knows that Jamie runs the ship. And even though technically Bill is an independent creator per se, it's funny how over 90% of his audience stems from Jamie's community. And Bill knows that the people that are supporting him through Jamie's community are more loyal to Jamie than Bill. So Bill needs to do a little sucking up so he doesn't lose that audience. So that way he can continue to rebroadcast me during active litigation because Jamie doesn't want to do it during active litigation. It would make him look really bad. It would definitely prove commercial exploitation, which is a part of my case. It's a part of proving my case regarding some of the causes of action. It's background context. What is the motivation of him doing all this? It's commercial exploitation. And courts take commercial exploitation very, very seriously. Very seriously. So, let's see here. I got to tell you, there have been some weird things happening lately. I'm not going to talk about them here. I'm just noticing some unusual patterns on YouTube. Maybe I'll get into more specifics another time. Thank you, Tia. Please hit the thumbs up to show appreciation. Thank you so much, Tia. Oh, is he trying to show the content of where JB went and spit on my father's grave? Is he trying to cry to his audience and say, why did I sue JB Gunner for doing that? Here's the thing. I'll answer the questions that Jamie wants because Jamie is too scared to answer. We got people coming here. I'm trying to find a clear path so I don't interrupt anyone, but Jamie won't answer questions that he knows will prove guilt or coordination. He knows exactly what he's done. He knows my questions are valid. He's not going to answer those questions. All he defers to is that I will comply with the court's direction and any court orders. That's been his default answer, especially when I email him to put him on notice, which you can do that through an active court case. He never, ever answers any reasonable question directly because he knows that it would be an admission of what he's doing. It's probably a pretty smart move, James. But here's the thing. Once we pass the motion to dismiss / anti-slap, we're going to start subpoenaing. I'm going to wait. There's people coming. I'm going to start subpoenaing everything I possibly can that's relevant to the case. in a narrowly tailored way, so that way Judge Stacy will approve a court order. That is, unless you give me the evidence, which you won't. I got to go through the process, which Jamie will make me go through the process because he wants to prolong Judgment Day on his sins for as long as possible. That's the kind of guy he is. He's not the kind of guy that likes to resolve issues. He likes to prolong issues because, number one, it gives him more content, more drama content, which is the only way he really makes any money out here. Number two, it prevents him from being held accountable longer, such as the court finding him accountable for his actions on me, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. We're just going to get a copy of it. We'll download it, and we'll just report it to the court. Yeah, he's continuing to commercially exploit me and harass me, right? And here's the truth of the matter. If he uses any part of my content that I own, images, or any video clips that I own, I will DMCA him later tonight. It's okay, ODN. You got to understand, in 29 days, this guy is going to know his fate. Because if this case survives, ODN, then everything opens up. His whole empire is blown up wide open. And I'll share with you folks what I've been doing. I've got my hearing filing packet for Judge Stacy, which I'll file with the court. I'm going to file with the court probably about a week before the hearing. But my filing has consolidated everything into 90 pages instead of 350 something, and it's going to have bookmarks and navigations to where Judge Stacy, and including even the defendant, will get a copy of it when I serve him. They'll be able to go directly to every single section. It is very, very clear and organized. It shows the false statements as fact within the 2-year statute of limitations. It shows malicious prosecution. It shows abuse of process. It shows intentional infliction of emotional distress. It's going to be basically like giving Judge Stacy the roadmap. It's kind of like giving Judge Stacy the keys of the car, but she drives the wheel. Judge Stacy drives the car, but we got to give her the keys. The keys are the evidence, the filings, right? In essence, what I have built that has taken me the last 40 to 45 days to analyze a lot of stuff and consolidate and put it all together is a lawyer grade, law office grade hearing binder. That'll make it very, very easy for Judge Stacy to follow along. And it pretty much answers any question that she or the defendant will ask, right? And any of the dumb stuff that the defendant tries to pull, I've already got the answers to that. Your Honor, objection, Your Honor. Relevance, scope. This is not within the scope of this hearing, right? I don't think he'll try to pull that. He didn't try to pull any of that in the spoliation hearing. But yeah, ODN, all he's going to do is regurgitate the same stuff. The same, plus a few new people are going to come around. They're going to throw him $100 and he's going to call it a night. And he's just going to continue to commercially exploit me until a court order stops him. That's just the way it goes. Oh, he's restreaming me right now? If he's restreaming me, ODN, can you screen record it, please? If you're restreaming me, Jamie, I am asking you to preserve the evidence. Preserve the evidence, because if there's no copy of this for me to download after the stream ends, then I'm going to be requesting that copy from you. And if you don't give me a copy of it, then I will run it through the court. So he's actually restreaming me right now. That is very, very telling. It's very telling because I think he knows. I think he knows and fears April 9th because he knows what I have on him. And he would not be doing this dumb stuff to affect the hearing unless he felt like it probably wasn't going to go his way. What do you think, ODN? Yeah, no worries. Don't worry about it. He needs to preserve the evidence. Hang on. All right, we are back live. We are back live. Can you put a 1 on me and see me clearly? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly. You couldn't hear me a second ago, right, babe? When I came back, I think for some reason, if I lose the signal, and even if it comes back, it cuts off the audio. Anyway, he's not restreaming me, ODN. He's playing my stream from the other day. And if he turns it into a watch party, I will DMCA him later tonight. So the bottom line is, if he's doing fair use and maybe playing a 2 or 3 minute clip and not keeping me on the screen and stretching it out to 30 or 45 or 60 minutes, then that's fine. But if he stretches out a clip over the course of an hour, I'm going to DMCA him later tonight. I'm going to DMCA him later tonight if he does that, which is probably why he's not going to keep it up on YouTube. Not a wise move, Jamie, to be harassing me and exploiting me commercially during active litigation. No, dude, he's playing a clip from my stream from the trail, ODN. Babe, can you go over to Jamie's channel and look and see that stream he's playing was the one I did from the trail? I think it was like last week. Well, it's the same jacket, ODN. It's the same jacket, but the background is, this is one of my lightest jackets that I wear to stay warm when it's a little chilly, but not extremely chilly. So yeah, I looked at the background when I went over there, and it's one from the trail. He's trying to basically bypass the restreaming by playing clips of past streams that are not live. And then he's trying to say I'm only taking 13 minutes out of this, which is still a lot. And then he's stretching that into a 1-hour watch party to keep the audience around to incite donations. So, see, Jamie, what you're trying to do is you're trying to find loopholes. In other words, you're trying to circumvent the system because that's the kind of person you are. You're the circumventer, right? Because in my opinion, Jamie, you've really never accomplished anything decent legitimately in your life, in my opinion. You've never accomplished anything decent legitimately. You've always had to play the system. You've always had to circumvent. You've always had to take from others, right? You lack originality, right? There's really nothing special that you do. You're a copycat. That's it. That's my opinion. That's my rightful opinion. And it's the opinion of many other people, right? I can go live and just talk without even playing any of your videos. I can talk so much about you without having to have a script or without having to use your videos. But you have to use videos, right? You can't freestyle. And when you freestyle, you're so boring because you have no context there to freestyle to the point where you can keep an audience around, right? And that audience is going to be so bored because there's been nothing new. You see, what you do, Jamie, is you're playing those past clips to basically harass me and to basically try to paint me in a negative light. It is harassment, is what you're doing, right? You're playing those old clips to prime your audience against me. So then when you play half normal stuff about me, they stick around and you give them a double-sided contrasted version of a few things I said once or twice that you keep on repeating to keep priming your audience. It doesn't work anymore, man. It doesn't work. And you've been failing, man. You've been failing lately at trying to exploit me as much as you used to. You still make some money, but nowhere nearly as much. People are tired of it. It's getting old. Nobody really cares. The thing is, you just can't let it go. You can't let it go because you're afraid to be looked at by this group of people as losing to me. And I'm not competing with you. Here's the thing, man. Win or lose to anyone, including you, I don't care. I still go on. I still hold my head up high. You, sir, cannot handle losing. You are a weak individual, sir. In my opinion, you're a very weak person. You cannot handle losing. You see, some of the strongest people out there, let's just talk about men, right? Some of the strongest men out there are strong emotionally and are good losers, meaning that, hey, it's not about winning or losing, it's how you play the game, right? Yeah. I mean, he has nothing. He's regurgitating the same stuff, playing the same old stuff, because anything for the last several years has just been about either creating my regular content here, our regular content, or It's been about calling him out on stuff that he doesn't want to address. That's pathetic, Jamie. That's pathetic, right? You're losing your touch, man, because nobody cares anymore. I mean, you can't sit there and put the same thing on repeat for 1,000 times and expect people to continue to be interested in it and donate to it. You got people that'll donate to you just for running any stream or just for breathing my name or whatever, right? You're always going to have those, but you're never, ever, ever, Jamie, going to make the big bucks off of my content anymore. The audience is just not there. And you would have to do something defamatory for them to pay you that much. And that would make your situation look a lot worse in court than it already does, right? Instead of worrying about me and trying to commercially exploit me, how about you worry about the case? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Jamie, your motion to dismiss and anti-slap arguments that you filed are extremely weak. Very weak. And you have to understand that the primary argument's going to be based off of the motions that you filed. You filed a motion to dismiss and you filed anti-slap. And as with everything, you rushed it. And I bet if you could go back, and change it, you would. I mean, you could try to file an amendment, but even then, that was the fire truck. Even then, I mean, what do you have that's going to get this thing dismissed? Your only argument is that, oh, it's freedom of speech. It's parody. Not everything is freedom of speech. Not everything is parody. What you've done is cross the line. You made false statements as fact. You continue to accuse me of sexually harassing your mother even after your stalking order was dismissed. Because here's the thing, Jamie, what you don't understand. See, you like to say, you know, rhetorical hyperbole. You like to say that this is just an opinion or an insult, right? Here's the thing, Jamie. First of all, I've made a few jokes in the past. And it wasn't even regarding your mother. It may have involved her, but it was more so to crack a joke at your expense based on everything you've done. And here's the thing. When you make a joke about, and I'm not going to say what it was, right? Because I just don't want to put that out there anymore. I don't want to insult that way anymore. All the stuff that I said that involved your mother and involved the situation of your parents' relationship, at worst, was insulting. And insults are protected speech, Jamie, just like you know they are, right? You tried to get a stalking order on me for basically saying a few insults to try to get your insults to stop about me. And that's why you've been sued for malicious prosecution. And another thing, I got to tell you this again, man. I really hope you listen to this, man, because here's the thing. You can continue to try to regurgitate the same stuff over and over and over again regarding content that's years old, right? You want to play the R.J. Sanford blind derogatory F word, right? You want to play the Joe Buddy N-word video, right? Yeah, I said all those things in the heat of the moment out of frustration. Did I mean it? No. I said those things. Who cares? Everyone has said those things, and we've apologized and moved on. Nobody cares about what I did or said 6, 7, 8 years ago when it really wasn't that big of a deal in the first place. When every single one of you have used those words and phrases probably 100 times more than I have since then, between then and now, between 6, 7 years ago and now. So, you know what? You want to continue to play those videos every single stream? Go right ahead. You leave them up. We'll keep flagging them for bullying and harassment. You use more content than a reasonable amount for fair use, then you'll be taken down for copyright. You file a counter notification, we'll add it to one of the cases, either the Copyright Claims Board case that's still open or the upcoming federal case. And we're just going to continue to hold you accountable in every way possible, because here's the thing. You don't learn any other way. You're a system player. You don't learn any other way, right? And you're not someone that is reasonable to be able to even mediate things with. You remember when one of your friends was trying to be a mediator for us? You want to know why I was never open to mediation, especially with someone in your group? Because none of you are reasonable when it comes to the content you create on YouTube. All you folks try to do is try to get other people that are legitimately trying to stop you from your illegal behavior. They're trying to get you to go away. Like people have been trying to get me to go away. Right? So that way you can continue to violate myself and others that you have. Right? And here's the thing, Jamie. You've been able to drive most people away. 2 people you haven't. One of them, who I still respect to this day, Granny's watching Jess, who got a 3-year RO on you. And the second one is me. Everyone else, you've successfully had swatted away, right? You or someone else from your group, one of your management team members on your end per se, right? Per se. Oh, he's playing our podcast? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to DMCA him. Once I get home, I'll DMCA him. Like, seriously, this guy really has zero content without me. He hates the fact that I'm the plaintiff and suing him in a massive civil case with massive amounts of evidence. He never thought I would put it all together. And when he got served by ABC Legal that 350, I think it's 358 pages, that 358-page complaint. He showed it online. That's one big-ass complaint, James. Handed to you by yours truly. No attorney, my own bare hands. Right? And even if you get an attorney for the case at some point, even if you try to hire an attorney at the 11th hour, the night before the motion to dismiss hearing, I'll still represent myself against your attorney. Because the facts are the facts, James. No attorney is going to be able to stop unlawful stuff. All the attorney's going to do is help you make your arguments better. But if there's clear-cut defamation, and here's the thing. At the motion to dismiss anti-SLAPP, the judges look to see if the complaint is properly pled. They look to see if something is able to be proven false, is that defamation? You don't have to prove it's false at that point. But if it's something that, if proven false, would be defamation, that's all it takes. And here's the thing. I've got the proof that what I'm putting in, or what I put in, is defamatory. But they're not even looking at that at the hearing. What they're looking at, the motion to dismiss anti-SLAPP, is the four corners. It's the four corners of the complaint. Is it properly pled? Are the causes of action viable? If they are assumed to be true, which the judge assumes they are to be true, they're not looking to they're not looking for evidence of proof or anything. They're looking to see how the complaint was pled. And I think you've already run everything through ChatGPT. I think you've done a lot of analysis probably yourself. And if you've done it the right way, I think you've seen that, yeah, there are things you've said that are actionable. You kept accusing me of sexually harassing your mother. You accused me of employing criminals, right? This was all after you try to get a stalking order on me. After someone else in your group, Patty, tried to get one on me 2 months before you tried to get one on me. Written in a similar format. This was after, a year before that, another person as part of your group, Miss T, tried to get a stalking order on me that was written similarly as well. All of that is a part of my roadmap hearing notes for Judge Stacy. You'll get a copy of that when I serve you. I'm going to file this like a week or a little less than a week before the hearing. You'll see. I'm going to paint the picture for Judge Stacy and show the massive amounts of coordination. Even though you're trying to avoid being nailed for coordination, you coordinate with many people. You can't do this on your own, man. You're not capable of doing all of this on your own, right? You need a lot of people in order for you to get things done out here and to have some success, right? I'll tell you this, James. 5 years ago, you would have been out of business had it not been for one person that came in and saved your sinking ship, right? 5 years ago, you would have been toast, especially with the Eli stuff. You got lucky. You got lucky And I really still don't think you appreciate what some people did for you 5 years ago. At the same time, I'm very disappointed that some of those people chose to go the route they went, which is what's put myself in this position today. But that was then, this is now, right? Is full of crap. They seem to be moving east. She's trying so hard to have proof of anything to be able to subpoena anything. Can you clarify in your own words? What are you saying, ODN? What are you talking about subpoenaing stuff? Can you clearly type it out? Because the copy and paste, I'm not really understanding what you mean by that. As soon as he got in his Honda Accord. That's all of their chat. In his chat right now. And what he's saying. And what he's saying about you, they're talking about that. I just copied and pasted their chat. I'm still not quite sure. Are they saying that I can't subpoena him? Or are they trying to subpoena things of mine? Hey, if anything, I'd be happy to give him any information that they want. Because here's the thing. I don't coordinate with anyone. You know, all we do is talk about future topics and stuff like that. We don't coordinate like in Discords like they do, right? If anything, ODN, I honestly really think that Jamie's really, really, really fearing what's happening in 29 days. I think Jamie knows that even if just one of my causes of action survive, the case moves on. He knows he's probably going to have to hire an attorney at that point. That will cost him tens of thousands. It'll cost him more time. It'll make him feel restrained longer, right? Because even though he's not fully stopped, he has somewhat restrained himself compared to what he usually does because of this case. But he hasn't fully restrained himself. Soon as Eli got in his Honda Accord, he raged at the judge. What are you talking about? As soon as I got in my Honda Accord, that I raged at the judge. What is he talking about? What are you talking about, Joe? Why don't you be more specific? I have no idea what he's talking about, ODN. And for that guy to still be around over nonsense instead of spending time with his wife and his kid, still being a part of this, like 9 years later, like 9 years later, that's just really pathetic, Joe. Really pathetic, right? I really don't understand what's being said. ODN, are you taking screenshots? Hey, if you can get me screenshots like you got yesterday, that would be great, man. Those were really, really helpful. Really, really helpful. Facts, he is pathetic. Well, of course, because I don't have to say it. I mean, I've said it in the past. I don't want to go there again. I'm not the kind of person that I don't really want to insult anyone. Have I insulted people before? I think we all have. Sure, I have. I've done it under pressure and under scrutiny by people like Jamie and Joe and others. Right? Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm going to start to wrap this up really soon. We are at, what is that? 66 minutes, I think. An hour and 6 minutes. I think it's hard to see with the sun. Here's the thing, Jamie. You should be focusing more on the April 9th hearing, right? More than doing this drama stuff all day, every day. I just don't think you care. It's obvious to me that if you felt you had a shot at getting this whole thing wiped out on April 9th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific my time, if you felt that you could wipe this whole thing out, you would be keeping your mouth shut. The reason why you're not keeping your mouth shut is because you know more than likely you're throwing a Hail Mary, right? You're throwing a Hail Mary. And Jamie, wait till you see my filing. You'll get about 4 or 5 days before the hearing. You'll get it served 4 or 5 days before the hearing. Okay. Wait till you see my filing. And after you see my filing, at that point, I'm sure you're going to be scrambling, trying to figure out, holy Moses, Eli's really super prepared. This thing is like, you know what they call TNA, James? Is that the quote of the day there, babe? Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Don's quote, watching someone repeat the same mistake over and over isn't confusing. It just shows they're unwilling to change. One more time, watching someone repeat the same mistake over and over isn't confusing. It just shows they're unwilling to change. Yeah, Jamie's not willing to change. Jamie is a ride or die type of person. He's the kind of guy that lives by the sword and dies by the sword, right? Figuratively speaking, of course. 100 Dawn says Tia. Yeah. Same old thing. He's bragging about how many more subscribers he has over me, how much more money he makes over me, commercially exploiting my content, right? Oh yeah. What else is there, James? What else are you going to try to brag about to try to save your face and to try to guard your ego, right? Here's the thing. None of that matters, James. You know what really matters is April 9th. And I can tell you, I know, I'm pretty sure that you're nowhere nearly ready for that hearing. Maybe you're partially ready on paper. And even if you're fully ready on paper, you know that everything for you is on the line on that hearing. Everything is writing on that hearing April 9th. Why do you think I started preparing over 60 days in advance? And I'm talking about 8+ hours a day, starting about 45 days ago, still 29 days to go. Because I know that this is the most important aspect of finding the right solution between you and I here. You and I both are going to know where the future lies regarding this dispute of everything I'm suing you for. If Eli wasn't continuously being stalked, he would have more time to grow his brand. The dude is obsessed with you. Well, he has nothing else. He has nothing else besides me. His identity is built around me. That includes his audience. Everything is built around him being the victim and me being the villain, right? And again, you know, I don't even care to blame the audience anymore. You know what? The audience is just going to go get entertainment where they want to get it. So it's like watching the Jerry Springer show to them, right? So the problem is not even the audience. Do I think some of them have some issues internally? Sure. But the problem is what Jamie feeds them, right? And he feeds these people things that he knows are going to get them to show up, get them to open up their pocketbooks. Because here's the thing, most people, if you haven't noticed, ODN, Jamie has not really grown at all. He maybe has gotten 1 or 2 new people. Maybe he's got that Holly woman. Oh, by the way, ODN, I'm going to say one more thing here right now before I go. Yeah, I heard what you said about that Holly woman, the one that was on the panel when I came on to Brutally Lauren's stream, right? Here's the thing, friend to friend, I have a lot of respect for you. You're a good guy, right? And I know you probably already know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You gave that woman way too much credit. And it's not that you shouldn't ever give any woman credit. You got to give credit when the time is right. You basically pedestalized her on your stream. And you talked about her like most men would talk about women. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying like a sick puppy dog, right? Now, I get it. Guys are going to be guys, are going to react, right? When you're dealing with any woman, but especially a woman like that thinks her poo-poo don't stink, let's put it that way. That lady, in my opinion, the way she comes off is like someone that thinks their poo-poo don't stink. I won't be using the S word. I'm trying to cut down my profanity. When you're dealing with someone like that, you cannot sit there and overly inflate their ego by saying, oh, yeah, they're hot, they're this, they're that, and they're crazy, but I bet you they would be blah, 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 right? And I get it. I'm not, hold on. No. I understand that you would never be with her long term. And most guys wouldn't be with a woman that behaves that way long term. But most guys would do something else. And what I'm saying is, I was talking with Don about this, and I'm like, I wouldn't even be with a woman that behaves that way for one night, even if she wanted it for one night. Because here's the thing, for me, it's not even about the sex for me. The sex for me, yeah, it's great, right? For me, it's about the companionship. It's about the emotional bond. It's about the full package. You know, getting laid, most people don't have a problem with that. It's not even about that, right? It's more about finding somebody of substance that you can grow old with, that you can share things with, that can be your teammate, right? Dawn is my teammate, and I respect her to the fullest. Despite what she's done in the past, she's made some mistakes, so have I, but I know that Dawn's intentions have always been pure. And the mistakes that Dawn made, they weren't to hurt anyone. They were because she felt hurt by others, and she was trying to suppress her pain. I have the utmost respect for my woman. You are right, bro. I don't want to catch any more. Come on, dude. I'm not criticizing you, dude. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is this. A woman like her already thinks that her poo-poo don't stink, right? That's why she behaves the way she behaves. So the more attention guys give her and say, oh, yeah, that woman is hot and this and that, the more people say that, the more it validates her shitty behavior, right? You understand what I'm saying? And that's why when she came on that panel, first of all, I'm with Dawn. I'm happier with Dawn than anyone. There's no woman out there that's going to be able to ever compete with Dawn in my eyes. It's just not going to happen, right? That's why when she came on the panel and was coming at me, I was like, where'd you hear that from? You know, it's like, I wasn't fazed one bit. See, ODN, I don't give a shit how hot a woman is. I don't care how good she is in the sack. I don't care about all that. What I care about is what does she have here in her heart and soul. But if you find a woman that's attractive and hot and has a great personality and big heart and soul like Dawn, then that's called a full package, right? And you know what? All that matters is that I feel that way about her. It doesn't matter what any of these other people, let's just call them people. I'm trying to be nice. I'm catching myself in real time right now. Doesn't matter what any of these other people think or say about Dawn. What matters is how I feel and what I say, right? But dude, you're ODN. Listen. You're I have respect for you, and you're a normal dude, and I know you were having fun. But both Dawn and I heard you say that earlier, and I was like, oh man, don't give her the validation, more validation than she's already probably gotten. Don't give her that validation, right? The more and more excessive validation men give women like that, the more and more those women behave poorly. That's just the way it goes, right? You want to stand out, you got to be different. You got to be the one that's unfazed. You got to be the one that does not let looks get to you when it comes to women. Yeah, you can sit there and say, yeah, in your head, you can say, yeah, she's beautiful, but what more does she have to bring to the table, right? What more does she have to bring to the table? Because, like I said, for most average guys, you don't even have to be that good looking to get laid. You can be an average looking guy. I'm an average looking guy. I've never had a problem meeting women, right? It's not difficult getting laid. It's difficult finding your soulmate, finding someone that you can have a life with, which is way more meaningful than banging, right? Look, Odin, I was young once, and I used to think that way. Man. We've all thought that way. And then you get older and you find the right lady, and nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. You see other hot women on the street, and you don't even want to look at them because you're just happy. You're happy, right? I go home every night, I got my lady there. Her dogs are there. We're family, man. It's like a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And quite frankly, I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks about it. And neither should you or anyone else, right? I was just saying. All right, man. Oh, geez, man. I know, ODN. Growing up, my friends and I used to have a saying that the women that have the worst attitudes are probably some of the best lovers. There's probably some truth to that. But is the juice worth the squeeze? You get with one of those women, right? And what happens if you accidentally knock her up? What if you get her pregnant? And most women today, there's modern birth control, and women take care of themselves in that way. But even then, even if it's not about pregnancy, what if you just don't want to talk to them anymore and they want to keep talking to you, and they're that crazy where they're stalking you and all that, right? I mean, you got to understand, the juice isn't always worth the squeeze, man. Fortunately for me, I've always had good instinct and intuition, and I can read people really well, to the point of where back in my single days, if I was going to go on a second date with a woman, that means she's pretty normal. If I was sensing any type of psycho tendencies after a first date, it wouldn't matter how hot she was. There'd be no second date. With Dawn, it was simple. It was just really, really simple. Dawn showed me her heart and soul when we had our first phone conversation, and then when we first met. She showed me her heart and soul. And that was that. All right. Is Mr. Jamie done? We've got 31 people here now. Huh. Is he done? Or is he just done talking about me? Thank you, Eli. You brought out some great points. Everyone have a good night. Well, yeah, you're very welcome, Tia. You're very welcome. I mean, I'm curious to know, is he off the air? Can you check, ODN? We got 32 people here right now. Maybe if I stay on long enough, maybe Bill will start up a restream. Hello, everyone. If Jamie asked me to stop restreaming you, Eli, I would have to talk about it with him. I said no at first, but I would have to talk about it with him. No, you wouldn't, because you're just saying that because he would never put you in that position. He would never even talk about it because he knows if he says the wrong thing, it could be used against him in court. You know it too, Bill. You know it, right? He deleted it? Oh, he deleted it, huh? Well, I hope he has a Rumble copy up, because if not, I'm going to request a copy of it from him. And if he doesn't produce it, then hey, then we're going to have some spoliation of evidence charges. Not charges, a motion. It's not a criminal case. He deleted it. Well, he probably deleted it from YouTube because someone probably told him that I told him I was going to flag him. So he'll probably leave it up on Rumble because he doesn't want to be dealing with an evidentiary type of issue, right? You're going to start up a restream, Bill? Your buddy's done. No. Are you afraid of copyright infringement, James? Anyway, we'll go take a look and see if his replay's on Rumble. If it's not on Rumble, then I will email him tomorrow and I will ask him to produce a copy within 72 hours. And if he doesn't do that, then I'll file it with the court. I'm sure he has his Rumble copy up. Now, who knows? Maybe he might take that down just because he wants to make it difficult. If he wants to make it difficult, then hey, no problem. I know how to handle it. And if he was only on for less than an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes or so, he probably did not make the money that he thought he would make talking about me, because guess what? It's been played out. Yeah, no worries. It's probably on his Rumble, dude. And here's the thing. One way or another, I will get a copy of it. If he doesn't have it up on Rumble, I'll let you know behind the scenes if he has it on Rumble. I'm sure he does. I think he deleted it because someone probably was over here and they went back to his end and told him that I was going to file a DMCA, so he wanted to take it down. Yeah, no worries, dude. Don't even worry about it, because like I said, it's either going to be on Rumble and I'll be able to get it, or if he doesn't have it on Rumble, then I'm going to email him tomorrow and ask him for a copy of it within 72 hours. And if he doesn't provide it to me within 72 hours, then I will file it with the court, because that right there would be spoiling evidence. If he gives me a backup copy, it's not. Same thing that I did when I put my videos to private to protect my channel. I gave him the links, the actual links, the complete full versions, even the video that was removed from YouTube when I got the community guideline warning 5 months ago, because that was one of his filings. I gave him that too. It's all good. Again, ODN, he probably didn't get the payout that he wanted to get. It's all good. Start prepping for January. Start prepping for April 9th, James. Focus your time on the hearing. Or reach out to me and try to negotiate a settlement before April 9th. I'm not saying that because I'm not scared. I'm ready to go. I've been working on my filing. I wouldn't be doing that if I was scared. I'm just saying, hey, you want to do something reasonable, make me a settlement offer. It's going to involve money. It's going to involve one-way conduct terms. But you don't want to go through April 9th. You'll go through it because you're thinking if you get lucky and get it dismissed, you don't have to settle. But here's the thing. If you don't get it dismissed, we're heading into discovery. And you bet your bottom dollar, I'm going to start asking you for Discord images, for IMs and all that. And if you don't do it, I'll file a motion to compel production of evidence. And if you don't do it through a motion to compel, then I'll request Judge Stacy for a court order. It's gonna take a court order to get stuff from you. No problem. I got all the time in the world. We can keep this case going for as long as we need to. Civil cases typically can take 2 to 3 years or more, depending on how complex they are. Let me tell you, this one's very complex. Why? Because you're making it complex, James. You're making it complex. Now, one more thing before I go. If anyone would like to have me on their panels, hey, Brutally Lauren, I'm thinking this, because I think my lady would like this. If you want to have ODN, myself, and my lady on a panel, and you want to bring on that that whatever her face is, I can't remember her name now. You want to bring on Tiffany, and you want to bring on Holly again. We can ask her why now she's supporting Jamie in his chat. Let's do it. If anyone wants to bring me on or bring Odin and I on, and possibly even Dawn, reach out to me. Tag us in. Well, you can't tag me in because we have tagging turned off. But let us know. Make a video. Find a way to let us know that you're interested. Let's talk. With that being said, no, I'm not going to any panels. Okay, well, I will. I have no problem doing it. I will have no problem confronting any of these people and staying cool, calm, and collected while they get triggered as fuck. With that being said, have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.